Why did God make us Edomites?
I hate my life.
This is our kingdom, a kingdom of righteousness. Praise the Lord. Praise ye the Lord.
Why did God make us Edomites? God hates us.
The only deliverance the other nations are going to get is deliverance right into slavery. They're going to be our slaves, thus saith the Lord.
Why did God make us Edomites? God hates us. Why? God, why?
Jeremiah 30:16 tells you every last one of the other nations, which are non-Israelites, are going into captivity. They're going into slavery underneath the Israelites when the Israelites go back into rulership. When is the Israelites going to go back into rulership? When the Lord comes. That's what he's coming to do. He's coming to set up the Israelites in rulership, beginning with King David. And when I say rulership, meaning the planet Earth, we're going to be ruling the planet Earth in righteousness. After he puts down the wicked. Who's the wicked? The Edomites, which are in power right now. Who are the Edomites? The so-called white man.
Why did God make us Edomites? God hates us. Why? God, why?
Praise the Lord, for he is greatly to be feared. He removed the wicked and put us righteous in power. To victory and the dawn of a new era.
And when I say rulership, meaning the planet Earth, we're going to be ruling the planet Earth in righteousness. After he puts down the wicked. Who's the wicked? The Edomites, which are in power right now. Who are the Edomites? The so-called white man.
This is our kingdom, a kingdom of righteousness. Praise the Lord Yahweh. Praise ye the Lord.
Begin with those top banking families, which happen to be so-called white people. We're talking about the Rothschilds, Rockefellers. We're talking about the DuPonts. We're talking about the Gettys, the Oppenheimers, and families like that. Okay, so when Yahushua comes back, he's going to take away their rulership, which they're enjoying right now. That's the long and short of it, of this ministry, man.
Pace, James. I need 200 pounds by sunset.
Yes, sir. I'm on it, Master.
Why did God make us Edomites?
I hate my life.
Why did God make us Edomites?
I hate my life.
Praise the Lord, for he is greatly to be feared. He removed the wicked and put us righteous in power.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings and salutations to the whole lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashim Al Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. All right. And what I want to get into today, another morning, news and okay, no healing medicines. Okay. And this is inspired, by a precept in the book of Jeremiah. All right, which I get it. Because this place, what we're seeing is the elites, all right, are pushing, this place to a point of no return. All right. There's going to be no revival okay, for America. Okay, this whole thing, and see, the Lord has a sense of humor. Okay, because under the banner of "Make America Great Again," this place is being dismantled. All right, you people had your hopes up. Okay, as if, all right, Donald Trump, okay, was going to be this saving grace, okay, for America. You see, in your mind, people thought we were back. Just the atmosphere. When Donald Trump was elected, okay, when he was voted in, so-called voted in, the atmosphere was that we're back. Okay, the MAGA supporters was in a frenzy. All right, niggas, had rallied behind Trump, all behind the banner of reviving America. All right, but you here now, all right, 11 months later, okay, this place is being completely dismantled. Okay, you have a government shutdown, the job market is collapsing. Okay, war with every goddamn body, ICE troops. Okay, in the cities. Okay, and it's been a complete opposite of what you people intended and thought. Okay, when Trump, took office. Okay, showing you that the Lord, all right, has a sense of humor. Okay, so what we're seeing, when you go to Jeremiah 51:8, said, but suddenly Babylon too has fallen. Okay, so this place is in a fallen state. All right, it ain't no reviving. Even if the government opens back up, all right, there's damage that's been done that's permanent. Okay, and these devils gonna have another scheme. All right, another psyop. Okay, another gimmick to bring this place down some more. Okay, they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what this does to the economy with the government not functioning. That's why you have, you know, specific, parts, all right, that are not functioning. They get to deem what's essential and what's not essential, and they get to deem who they want to furlough, who they want. They get to decide it. Okay, no retroactive pay for some. They are deciding all that. Okay, you don't think they understand that people's bank accounts, all right, their savings are being, all right, depleted. Okay, you see, when they bring in this new world order, they want to have all the leverage. They want you people to be completely desperate, man. Okay, so they're going to continue this economic war of attrition. And to you, you think that it's, the Republicans and Democrats having a disagreement. No, these are the elites pushing, all right, an agenda, okay, of an economic warfare of attrition on the masses. It said, weep for her, give her medicine. Perhaps she can yet be healed. Okay. So this mindset and what you're seeing when people are crying about their situation, they're weeping and hoping that Babylon is healed. People are weeping for her. You look at these people and crying about this. The woman, the Northern Kingdom woman saying she's losing 20 pounds a month and she don't know what to do. And she's weeping. She's hoping that this place can be healed. You know, and Esau gonna present that sea help as a healing medicine. Okay, so verse 9 it said, we will have helped her if we could, but nothing can save her now. It's over. This shit is over. Okay, the American ideal, the American project is over. It's complete. Now they're shutting the project down. Okay, now they're closing up shop. The elites are closing. They're folding America up like a picnic table, man. Okay, piece by piece, part by part. You see, it says we will have helped her if we could, but nothing can save her now. Let her go, abandon her, return now to your own land, for her punishment reaches, all right, her punishment reaches to the heavens. It is so great, it cannot be measured. All right, so nothing can be done for this place. All right, and as you can see, tourism, all right, is declining. Okay, as you can see, people leaving the states for good is on the increase. Okay, so everything, all right, that we see happening is all due to prophecy, man. Okay, because people from afar on the outside looking in, they can see, okay, America not it. This is not the place anymore. Okay, it says it is so great it cannot be measured. So America's wickedness, because Esau has turned America to the birthplace. Okay, I mean the breeding ground for wickedness. Like, this is the platform. This is where wickedness is conjured up and pushed out through the earth. Okay, and that's why a lot of these nations was coming here, because it was such a do as thou wilt culture. Especially when the economy was thriving, you can just come here and do as thou wilt. Things that will be looked down upon in their homeland, they can come here and do it freely, and be glorified in it. Okay, and then you look at the atrocities. We talked about how, you know, uh, we talked about how, oh yeah, we went to the other day, like the opium. Okay, how Esau has flooded China with opium, and these American families, these Edomite American elite families, got rich off of that. Okay, and they're just with the opium. They did the same thing with heroin, with cocaine. Okay, they did this with everything. Now the pharmaceutical industry. Okay, just a bunch of atrocities, man. You look at the Trail of Tears. You look at it's so much Devil's Punch Bowl. Okay, you look at what America has done since it's been established as a nation, man. America has a hell of a track record, man. Okay, and I say it's so great that it can't even be measured, man. The wickedness of America. Now we're seeing judgment begin to settle in for that wickedness, man. This is a punishment. And see, people are crying and whining, and why? This is a punishment from Yahweh Bashim Al Shai that we're seeing. Okay, this ain't just no random thing because somebody hit the wrong button on the computer. Okay, or bad economic policy, a bad foreign policy. No, this is the wickedness of America being judged and addressed by Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. This is what we're seeing. Okay, so let's go here. Matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Proverbs 28:2. Okay, this is the book of Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 2. It says, when there is moral rot within a nation, its government topples easy, but wise and knowledgeable leaders bring stability. Okay, wise, all right, and knowledgeable leaders bring stability. And this, and this kingdom doesn't have that. All right, this king has what? Moral rot. Okay, it's a very corrupt empire, man. So that's why these governments are fragile, because it's not built on it. You can't establish anything on wickedness, on corruption, on robbery, on theft, dishonesty. You can't establish anything like that. Okay, you can't build nothing solid on those principles, man. The wickedness, man. Okay, so there's no stability within this kingdom. That's why the money system is so flawed. Okay, it's so rigged, because you can't build anything off of that, man. Okay, so this is why this place is falling apart. It's coming apart at the seams. Okay, so let's go from there. Now let's get this video. All right, it's dealing with, because now they saying, look, America in the Great Depression 2.0, and see the difference between this and the Great Depression, because people are so proud now to where people are not voicing. You see, people are trying to mask, okay, poverty. And see, people are just, getting further and further in debt. See, because Esau allowed you to get in the debt, in unlimited debt. See, during the Great Depression, you didn't have credit cards to where you can just continue on and try to pretend like you still good and got it. You didn't have it. Okay, you couldn't just go get in unlimited debt during the Great Depression. You just through. Now Esau is allowing you to just get in more debt, which gives him more leverage. Okay, well, this is the same economy, okay, you see, of the Great Depression. Okay, but now people are so proud, this is a silent Great Depression. Okay, but you're seeing, people crying out, all right, but it's not the masses. You see, the masses are trying to, that's why I said you got nurses that's in food banks. Okay, people that got master degrees in food banks. Okay, this the reality, man, and it's only getting worse. Okay, so let's play this.
It's 2025, and the illusion of prosperity has finally shattered. America is living through the Great Depression 2.0, but this time it's silent, hidden behind credit cards, gig jobs, and eviction notices. Families once called middle class now ration groceries and sleep in cars parked beside empty luxury condos. The promise that hard work guarantees survival has been erased, replaced by endless debt and collapsing hope. We were told this was the land of opportunity. Instead, it's become a land of desperation, where millions struggle to exist in third-world conditions inside the richest empire on Earth. The Great Depression 2.0 isn't playing out in black and white photographs. It's unfolding in real time, in color, across every American city. From Los Angeles to Philadelphia, tent colonies now sprawl beneath billion-dollar high-rises like a cruel reflection of the wealth above them. In 2025, over 650,000 Americans sleep without shelter each night, yet there are 11 million vacant homes sitting dark. Held by hedge funds and speculators waiting for prices to rise. This isn't coincidence, it's arithmetic. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment has surged to $1,870, while the median wage limps behind at $27 an hour, barely enough to cover survival, let alone savings. To qualify for that tiny apartment, a tenant now needs proof of nearly $65,000 in yearly income and several $1,000s in deposits. For the 78% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, that barrier might as well be a concrete wall. Families earning $50,000 a year are forced to spend more than half their income just to stay indoors. A single missed paycheck or medical bill can send them straight to the curb. Drive a few miles outside any downtown skyline, and you'll see what economists politely call housing insecurity, and what ordinary people call hell. RVs lined along curbs, families washing in public restrooms, workers napping in parking lots before their second shift. These are not the unemployed. These are nurses, warehouse workers, even school teachers. In the new America, poverty wears a uniform. Politicians boast of a 3.9% unemployment rate, yet ignore the 40% rise in part-time labor and the explosion of gig work with no benefits. The illusion of low unemployment hides a workforce being chewed alive by inflation and debt. The country that once exported democracy now exports despair, proving that economic collapse doesn't need a war or a hurricane. It just needs policy. And as this silent depression spreads, it's creating a new kind of geography, a third world carved inside the first, where survival depends not on effort, but on luck. The
Oh yeah, so like it. So yeah, what I was saying, real quick, because they push, this 3.9%, unemployment rate, and that's a goddamn lie, man. Okay, there's no way that the unemployment rate is only 3.9%. Okay, all these thousands of jobs, being lost, millions of jobs have been lost. All right, this year alone. Okay, and that's all we're hearing about, job loss. People complaining, saying they put in hundreds of applications. Okay, people have put in hundreds of applications, man. All these store closings, and which we're gonna got a video about that. About these fast food chains that are being dismantled. But there's no way that unemployment rate is 3.9%. And we know this devil is known for just pulling a number or a statistic out of his ass. Okay. And nigga be lying. All right. But the point is, this whole 3.9% unemployment rate, that it don't match reality, man. Okay. People are sleeping in their cars. Okay. People are, now in tents and RVs and homeless. And okay. So this whole 3.9% unemployment rate, some BS, man, don't match reality. There's no telling what the true unemployment rate is, man. But the devil does that to quell the panic. Why he dismantles this thing, man. Okay.
poverty map bleeds seamlessly into housing because shelter has become the front line of America's new economic war. The average home price has crossed $420,000, while the median income remains stuck around $70,000. That means the typical worker would need 6 full years of salary, before taxes, before food, before gas, just to buy a roof. Renters fare no better. To simply move into a modest one-bedroom at $1,870, you now need nearly $7,000 upfront in deposits, fees, and insurance, and proof you earn at least 3.5 times the rent. The math alone eliminates half the population. Housing has stopped being shelter, it's an asset class. Private equity firms.
So what's happening? People are being priced out, because who has $7,000 laying around in this economy? All right. And how can you prove that you make 3.5 times? All right. People not making 3.5 times the amount of their rent. Most people are paying over 50%, okay, on their rent. 50% of their income goes to their rent. Some people 70, 80% of their income goes to rent. Okay. People don't even make twice. People barely make twice as much as their rent. So to make 3.5 times, okay, your rent, that's damn near impossible. Okay. So what's happening is people are being priced out intentionally. So I asked, just a quick Google search, what does it mean to be priced out of something? It says to price someone out of something means to make a cost of goods, service, or opportunity so high that a particular person or group is unable to afford it. This can apply to products, services, housing, or even legal systems where rising prices exclude those who cannot afford them. Okay. So what we're seeing is the masses are being intentionally priced out. Housing is becoming impossible. Okay. They want people to be in dire straits. Okay. They want to set the stage. All right. To present. All right. This technocracy. Okay. As a hero. Okay. Which this includes the C-HIP. All right. So what we're seeing intentionally is people are being priced out. All right. The Republicans and Democrats are not, all right, having these long meetings and discussions trying to figure out, okay, what to do about the economy. What's the next move? No, this place is done. Okay. The old world is finished. The old world that you people love so much. Okay. And that you cherish and that you worship. All right. The beast. Okay. That old world is done. You see, they're setting the stage for this new world, this new order. Okay, so ain't no healing in old America that you people love. You're being priced out, okay, of living. Okay, they making it to where you can't afford to live intentionally, man. You see, so your hopes of some type of economic rebound, all right, is over. Okay, so let's let it play some more. And then we're gonna segue to
Foreign investors and corporate landlords now own entire neighborhoods, converting homes into permanent revenue machines. Every rent payment is an invisible tax flowing upward. Billions a month extracted from working people who build the very cities they can't afford to live in. It's legalized eviction by spreadsheet. Behind the statistics lies a quiet extinction of autonomy. Homeownership once symbolized stability. Now it marks the boundary between freedom and servitude. When mortgage interest hits 7.2%, the dream of buying collapses. The median American household would need $110,000 annually just to qualify for an average home loan. Only 12% of renters will ever cross that line. The crisis doesn't end at affordability. It feeds into infrastructure rot. While investors flip condos for profit, 17 million homes nationwide suffer plumbing, wiring, or structural decay. Rural regions see collapsing water systems. Urban cores face record evictions. Yet the response is always the same. Build more luxury towers for the rich, while ordinary Americans are pushed into RVS, basements, and parking lots. This is not a housing shortage, it's a housing capture. The product isn't property, it's desperation. Every lease renewal, every rent hike, every deposit demand is a reminder that survival itself now comes with a price tag. What was once the foundation of the American dream has become its gravestone. And as housing becomes unattainable for the majority, the illusion of middle-class living officially dies, paving the way for a society where even existing requires permission.
paving the way for a society where existing, all right, requires permission. Paving the way for a society where existence, all right, requires permission. Okay? The MOTB system. You can't buy or sell. All right? Esau is making to where you got to come to him to exist. You got to go directly through him to exist. This is what's being rolled out. He said the product is desperation now. You see, let's play it back. He said the product is desperation now. Okay, let's go back a few seconds.
Americans are pushed into RVS, basements, and parking lots. This is not a housing shortage, it's a housing capture. The product isn't property, it's desperation. Every lease renewal, every rent hike, every deposit demand is a reminder that survival itself now comes with a price tag. What was once the foundation of the American dream has become its gravestone. And as housing becomes unattainable for the majority, the illusion of middle-class living officially dies, paving the way for a society where even existing requires permission. Once survival itself costs money, sickness becomes a death sentence. The housing crisis bleeds directly into healthcare because both are controlled by the same extraction machine. In 2025, the average emergency room visit in the United States cost $2,900 compared to $6 in Thailand or $12 in Mexico.
It is crazy work, man, for the richest country in the world. So what costs you $6 in Thailand costs you $2,000 here in America, man, because America is nothing but crooks, man. All right, the billionaire. That's why, the billionaire hike. That's why the billionaires went from 13 to 3,000. Okay, in about 20 years, you went from 13 billionaires to 3,000, man, because America just became a money grab. All right, you American citizens have been a host, all right, to these parasite billionaires, man. Okay, and now they're just completely taking over, and now it's a shakedown, man. Okay? It's what we're seeing is a shakedown. They shaking you niggas down, man. You know, and we in it too. We being shaken down too. But see, we have hope in something else. Okay? They can have this shit, man. You can have the regular ass kingdom, man. Okay? We don't have a hope of this place being healed. Okay? Hey, we rejoice in this place falling, man. Even as we lose things in it, we rejoice in this place, you know, falling. Okay? So yeah, let's go. I got another video I want to get into. All right. Let's see here. Matter of fact, let's get this real quick. Isaiah 30:3. It's gonna come out a lot too. You know, certain precepts, hey. This is Isaiah 30. All right, this is Isaiah 30:3. This is in the NLT. It says, but by trusting, all right, Pharaoh, you will be humiliated. Okay, sleeping in a car. Okay, you trust in this system. Now you sleeping in your car. All right, you taking baths. Okay, at the park. You see, you going to work for nothing. All right, you're going to work working overtime for nothing, and you don't even know you're gonna get retroactive overpay. You trust in this system so much, you paying to go to work. You government workers that are, you know, not getting paid. You trust in this system so goddamn much, man, that you be a volunteer to, and that's them trying to heal this place. You know, they think, well, my labor, I'm essential. You know, they throw an essential tag on your ass, and you just think you're doing this magnificent duty to your country. Okay, looking like a goddamn clown, working 6 days a week for nothing. Niggas, it's been a month. And you can understand a week, maybe 2 weeks. But nigga, a month and some change, okay, you're officially super stupid. Okay? It says, and by depending on him, you will be disgraced. Okay? People thought, people thought food stamps and HUD was forever. Big chilling. You know, now it was humiliated. Okay? Without these degrees and you went to college and you got your plaques on the wall, you finna be humiliated. All right, you a nurse in the food bank. Okay, you make $80,000-$90,000 a year at a food bank. Okay, so trusting in this place is finna have you people more and more. All right, humiliated, man. Okay, Esau finna have you out here bad. Okay, and he don't care. You see, that's one of the things that you people, all right, are failing to grasp, that this nigga don't care. Okay, stop talking about them goddamn kids. He don't care. Okay, so let's go here to this next one. All right, so they'll tell you that the unemployment rate, okay, is 3.9%. You know, and then they say, well, due to job loss in October, it went to 4.2%. Nigga, ain't no way. Nigga, that math don't make sense. All right, so let's play this.
The golden age of fast food is collapsing right before America's eyes. Once the heart of family dinners, teenage jobs, and late-night cravings, the giants that fed generations are now gasping for air. Prices have doubled, customers have vanished, and franchisees are walking away in record numbers. From McDonald's to Wendy's, from Pizza Hut to Popeyes, the empire that defined American convenience is burning under the weight of inflation, greed, and changing tastes. 2025 isn't just another bad year. It's the year the drive-through dream dies. The question isn't who's next, it's who will survive the fall. Number 15, Denny's. Once the all-night refuge for America's working class, truck drivers, and students pulling all-nighters, Denny's is fading fast in 2025. The chain that once bragged about being always open is now closing its doors in silence. Across the country, nearly 180 Denny's locations are scheduled to shut down by the end of the year. The reason? Skyrocketing costs, collapsing foot traffic, and a customer base that's simply run out of money. Breakfast platters that once cost $7.99 now exceed $14. Coffee refills that were once bottomless now come with an awkward pause and a surcharge.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
The loyal crowd that once filled booths at 3 a.m. is gone, replaced by empty seats and for lease signs. Even the company's executives admit that the late-night economy has collapsed. Many of the restaurants can't find staff to keep the 24-hour dream alive. In small towns across the Midwest, Denny's closures have hit hard. Not just as restaurants disappearing, but as community spaces vanishing. These diners once employed thousands, offered affordable meals to low-income families, and gave travelers a taste of Americana. Now, parking lots once lit by neon signs stand dark. Financially, Denny's reported same-store sales dropping 5.8% year over year, and profits shrinking by nearly 40% in early 2025. Inflation is destroying its budget diners, and rising wages and rent have crushed margins. Even franchise owners are walking away. The truth is brutal. Denny's isn't just losing customers, it's losing relevance. Younger generations don't want greasy breakfast platters. They want smoothies, protein bowls, and Wi-Fi bars. The classic American diner, once immortalized in road movies and pop culture, is becoming a symbol of decline, a reminder of an America that no longer exists. Number 14. Wahlburgers. What began as a flashy, celebrity-backed dream has turned into a painful reality check. Wahlburgers, once marketed as the Hollywood burger experience, is collapsing under the same weight, crushing the rest of the industry. Rising costs, high rents, and a shrinking middle class. In 2025, franchise reports show traffic down over 30%, and dozens of locations from Nevada to Florida have quietly closed. The glamour that once pulled curious customers has faded into a sign reading "temporarily closed." The problem is simple but deadly. A Wahlburgers meal for a family of 4 now averages $58, not including drinks. Customers are tired of paying fine dining prices for casual burgers in a sluggish economy where grocery bills are up 20%. Even the celebrity name can't hide the numbers. Several franchise owners have sued for breach of contract, claiming corporate oversold the brand and underdelivered the support. Behind the cameras, the brand's loyalty program is dead, the social media buzz is silent, and the expansion plan for 100 U.S. locations has been quietly deleted from the company's website. Many stores are now ghost locations, operating only for delivery apps, a last-ditch effort to survive in a crowded market. The celebrity shine that once made Wahlburgers famous is now its curse. In a country where middle-class families are counting every dollar, no one wants to pay extra for Mark Wahlberg's signature sauce. Once a symbol of fun and fame, Wahlburgers has become another casualty of America's restaurant recession, where even Hollywood can't save a burger joint from going dark. Number 13. Salad and Go. Salad and Go was supposed to be the future of fast food. Cheap, healthy, and convenient. But in 2025, the fast-growing chain has hit a wall. The company expanded too fast, from just 70 locations in 2022 to nearly 300 by 2025. And now it's paying the price. Several locations in Texas, Arizona, and Nevada have been forced to close after soaring ingredient costs and logistics failures. The model looked brilliant on paper. Fresh salads for under $6, served from a tiny drive-through kitchen. But in reality, romaine prices rose 40%, avocado costs tripled, and customers who once praised its cheap meals are now posting photos of $11 bowls. Margins evaporated, and so did the buzz. Employees report being overworked and underpaid, leading to a staff turnover rate above 150% annually. Investors once called it the next Chipotle, but analysts now warn that Salad and Go might not make it through 2026 without a major buyout. The worst part? The concept still makes sense. America wants healthier food, but the timing couldn't be worse. When people are cutting back on essentials like rent and gas, a $12 salad is a luxury. So, what was once a feel-good startup is now a painful lesson in economic reality. You can't build a nation of healthy eaters when half the country can't afford lunch. Number 12, Boston Market. Boston Market was once the comfort food darling of America. Rotisserie chicken, mashed potatoes, and gravy that felt like home. Today, it's a corporate horror story.
Yeah, man, and it goes on and on. But just to show you, oh, okay, what's trending, okay, and how, the middle class shrinking. This is part of their ripple effect, okay, because he kept mentioning how the middle class doesn't have, that excess or disposable income that they once used to have, all right, to spend money on the fast food, on restaurants, on dining, especially as their prices have increased, and their prices have increased because of what? Tariffs, okay, the inflation, all right, things cost more for them, so their cost is pushed on to, okay, the public, all right, and the public is catching hell, so it's all a ripple effect, and it just plays into, all right, uh the controlled demolition, okay, that we're seeing. All right, you have what, Hollywood, okay, losing money. All right, it says yes, Hollywood is in fact. It said yes, Hollywood is facing significant financial challenges, including lower profits, declining box office revenue in some years. All right, and eroding global market share. Throughout the overall financial picture is complex. All right, it said though the overall financial picture is complex, factors like the 2023 strikes, a shift to streaming, increasing competition, all right, for international markets, and rising production costs have contributed to the difficulties, man. So, it's so many industries, that's being affected because the middle class is the driving force behind these industries, man. Okay, when it comes to Hollywood, sports, because who fills those arenas? Middle class. Who makes these movies? Okay, all right. Who pays? All right, to go see these movies is middle class. Okay, so the driving force of consumerism, okay, that make these industries go, the restaurant business, okay, restaurant industry, travel industry, okay, or they call hospitality industry. Well, it's all the middle class, and see, the middle class is in survival mode. Okay, so they don't have the money, okay, to splurge on entertainment like they once did, because everyone's being pushed to survival mode, man. Okay, so what we're seeing, all right, is this place, okay, being broken down. Okay, and ultimately it's the Lord that has the spirit on the elites to do this, because the Lord wants to bring suffering. Okay, matter of fact, let's go here to Isaiah. Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah. Okay, you get Jeremiah. Okay, 50. All right, and the Lord is beginning to visit this place. Okay, and it's beginning with what? With poverty. Okay, how do you break people's pride? Poverty is going to be a huge humbling. Because people have been able to, splurge and play rich, and now, all right, the Lord has everyone in survival mode. Okay. It says, Jeremiah 50:29 said, call together the archers against Babylon. And while pain and suffering is increasing and poverty, okay, then eventually poverty gonna be mixed with violence. Okay. So while all this is happening, the Lord has these nations preparing a nuclear arsenal. okay, to send over here and just put America out of its misery, man. It says, all ye that bend the bow camp against it round about, let none thereof escape, recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done, do unto her. For she have been proud against the Lord Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, against the Holy One of Israel. Okay, and America has been extremely proud, okay, and rebellion against Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, against righteousness, man. They say, this do as thou wilt, narcissistic, okay, society. Everyone is self-absorbed and lovers of self. See, the Lord is bringing the suffering here, man. Okay, and you people finna lose on all fronts. You finna lose in war. You finna lose economically. Okay, any way, any loss you can think of, America's finna take a L, man. Okay, therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, said the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah of hosts, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. Okay, and we in the time when the Lord is getting ready to visit this place, man. All right, he's beginning to visit. Okay, O thou most proud, man. You see? And that's going to be from the elites down to the, all right, average citizen. Okay, there's a visitation ahead, and it's beginning, you know, with the Lord putting the spirit on the elites to put hell on you people, man. You know, I tell you how I was shot when the visitation is going to begin with poverty, suffering, violence, pestilence, okay, and then eventually Yahweh Shai gonna come, okay, and he's gonna visit the most proud, which are the elites. Okay, it says the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up, and I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all around about him, man. Okay, so there's a visitation that's happening, man. All right, pride is being met, okay, with prophecy, okay, and pride not gonna hold up, okay, to the will of Yahweh by Shema Shai. So there was a point, you know, just wanted to get into that this morning. Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the whole flesh. Shalom.